All right, hello everybody. My name is Jared Willers. Welcome back to the channel. And I've done a few response videos like this before, not like a whole lot, but I feel like I've done it more than I would like to admit, honestly. Um, so I just watched a video by Mr. Beat, who I'm sure I don't know, maybe some of you have heard of. My favorite history in school was history, and he's a history YouTuber. So I watched some of his stuff. So I just watched a video by him about Joe Rogan. I'm sure all of you have heard about Joe Rogan. His but basically his hypothesis was that um, Joe Rogan. I guess his conclusion. Joe Rogan didn't move more to the right. He's still left leaning somehow, and and that he's just addicted to algorithms like all of us are. It's a pretty that's pretty much what he said without just saying that outright. Um, Joe Rogan, he did say Joe Rogan is left leaning, which I think is kind of wild because no, he's not. The only left leaning thing Joe Rogan likes is weed. That's it. I mean, he's literally supported Donald Trump and a whole bunch of Republicans who are trying to make it harder on us to live. And he's like, oh no, he's left leaning. Where is he left leaning? Where? He believes the COVID pandemic was to kill off half the population. Like all this conspiracy theory said, even though it only killed 6 million people, they did a bad job if that was it. I think people forget how many people are actually on the earth. It's almost 8 billion people. You'd have to it had to be like a Black Plague level thing to um, to kill off half of 8 billion people. I mean 4 billion people, dude. That's a lot. Um, it's just so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. You actually believe Joe Rogan is left leaning? The funniest thing he said was RFK Jr.'s left leaning. Really? RFK Jr., the guy who believes vaccines are going to kill you. Really? That's kind of wild. Tulsi Gabbard, someone who is grifting to the right because she couldn't win an election ever. I think she won one election. And she's like, I'm done. And now I'm gonna grift to the right and be transphobic and homophobic and all this other shit. It's so funny to me that this guy who has not said his political beliefs, but says that he agrees with Joe Rogan on mostly everything, which to me sounds like he is a fucking far right guy because Joe Rogan is far right. I don't care what anyone says. He supported Ron Paul in 2011. Ron Paul, he's not a libertarian. He's not. He was a fucking Tea Party guy. Really? It's so wild to me that people are like, oh, he's libertarian. Libertarians are stupid. Do you remember Gary Johnson? I'm sure most of you probably don't. He is an idiot. He thinks. I love that people are like, oh, dude, taxes are theft. Really, taxes are theft? That's insane. How are they theft? They're not being like forcibly taken by you. You agreed to the system. If you don't want your taxes taken like that, then work under the table. Oh wait, you can't because you can only work up to $500 or $5,000 until you have to report to the IRS no matter what. Sorry, bro. That's the world we live in. You don't like it? Fucking move. Like, it's so fucking wild to me that there's so many people that don't understand how half this shit works. They're like, I don't like that. I don't like that. You don't even know how it works, bro. You don't even know how it works. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard this recently. Yeah, this has just become more of a rant. So, recently, I've been noticing a lot more right wing people saying that we should have another revolution because this is like 1776. I'm gonna give everyone a really quick history lesson. Okay, no, it's not. The reason why we had a revolution was not because we were being taxed, it's because we were being taxed without having representation in parliament in Britain. That's why. It's not the first half only, it's the whole fucking thing, dude. We didn't have representation. We have representation now. That's how the revolution happened. That's why we did it. I don't know why people are like forgetting history that you learn 10,000 times in school. I'm only 28. There are so many people around my age that apparently just forgot everything they learned in school. Not everything is stupid that you learn in school. It's very important to know. Remember, history, if you don't know history, it will repeat itself. That is how it works. We are in it right now. We are literally reliving the Roaring Twenties. Actually, we're not, because the Roaring Twenties are actually pretty good. Right now, we are skipping ahead to when the Nazis took over in Germany. Okay, we are heading toward a recession. We might even be heading toward a depression. Honestly, if everything keeps happening, we're only not even 2 months into Trump's second term, and they're already talking about a recession. That is insane. That's never happened before. We are literally on the turning edge. We are on the fucking edge of what could be the worst thing that America has ever seen. And for you to say that Joe Rogan, that guy who believes vaccines are going to kill you and that COVID wasn't real and all this other shit, he literally told his fans to take ivermectin. Really? Really? That's insane that you think Joe Rogan is left-leaning. Also, RFK Jr., not left-leaning at all. He is a Republican. I want to make sure that's fucking clear. He is not a Democrat. He is a Republican. Not only that, he is a far-right guy who wants to get rid of vaccines and the Department of Education and the CDC. The CDC, dude. Oh my God. Seriously, these people, you don't understand how this shit works. There are so many levels to this shit, and you don't understand any of it. This is why RFK Jr. was never going to win a presidential election. Ever. Not ever in our entire lives. He doesn't know how it works. He doesn't understand. This is the thing. You don't, if you want to get rid of the Department of Education, you don't care about kids. You don't give a shit about kids. You do not care. Because the Department of Education does not just protect people who are disabled or whatever. It protects everybody. It's like the fucking Constitution. Okay? It protects everyone. That's the whole fucking point. But of course, if you voted for Donald Trump, you don't fucking care about that. You don't give a shit about that. Of course not. Why would you? You don't fucking understand it. No, we'll just put Linda McMahon in fucking charge of the Department of Education, and then. But another funny thing is that Mr. Beats called John Fetterman a left-leaning guy. No, he's not. Where? In America? Not even here. Actually, he's more center-right than left-leaning anymore. He's bowing down to Trump and his cronies. Which is what most Democrats are doing. They're not really left leaning. I hate to break this to you guys. Breaking news: Democrats are not left leaning. Okay, they are more center right. They're not even center left. They're center right. They're actually more probably towards the right. Because they don't care. They don't care. See, the problem is Americans. We live in our own little bubble, so we think that whatever is in America is true for everywhere else. Honestly, if we were in any other country, my radical views in this country would actually be more center left. Like I'd be right in the middle, center left. That's how crazy this is. The things I want, every other country has, and I'm going to tell you some of those right now. Actually, so universal health care, every other country has that. Every other developed nation already has universal health care. We're the only ones that don't. I don't understand why. The job I work at has parental leave, but not every company does. but every other country does. Every other developed country has paternal, maternal, paternity leave, maternity leave, all that kind of shit. It's very in the middle. I hate to break it to you guys. America, not the center of the world. Sorry. We're actually one of the youngest nations to really exist. Crypto, you're fine. We're only 200 years old. Like a 200, what is it, 250 years old? Sorry. We are like one of the youngest nations still. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why anyone would say Joe Rogan or RFK Jr. or Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, dude. And he did say he supports Bernie Sanders, but he doesn't support anything Bernie Sanders stands for. Diversity, equality, equity, inclusion, fucking universal health care. Joe Rogan doesn't want universal health care. What? Why would he? That doesn't make sense. Why give everyone the same? My favorite thing when I was in school, in my senior year, I was really getting into politics. Obviously, I couldn't vote, before that, but so I was really getting into politics. I was like 17, 18, about to graduate, and one of my classmates looked at me and said, "Taxes are theft," and I was like, "That's stupid." And I said, "Okay, well, what about like universal health care? Like, you don't want like free health care?" And he's like, "No, why should I pay for someone else's health care?" I'm like, "Well, you're not paying for somebody else's. You're paying for yours, right? Your taxes." Yes, they would be slightly higher. I mean, we could raise the minimum wage too. I know. Oh God. Oh, fucking radical over here. I was like, well, your taxes would pay for you and wouldn't pay for anybody else. I mean, you could just imagine that, whatever. He's like, well, that just doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry, man. That's how it is. Like, what do you mean? So you don't want healthcare where you can get right now and you don't have to pay for it, like up front? He's like, no, it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, man. If you think that doesn't make sense, I don't know what to tell you, but you didn't fucking pay attention in school, I guess. It's so fucking crazy to me that the people that want to balance the budget and pro-life and all this bullshit are like, well, we should have to pay insurance companies. Which I think is actually maybe changing now with the Luigi Mangione thing, which I haven't talked about. I wasn't really sure what I could add to it. I watched David Pakman. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. I think he's pretty good. David Pakman was talking about how I just had it too. Oh, about how Ben Shapiro said that we shouldn't like allow stuff like that to happen to like the United Health CEO, which actually happened again not too long ago. Another CEO got shot. Another healthcare CEO got shot. But it's like, and then all of his comments are like, "Dude, healthcare is too expensive. We can't keep doing shit like this." So maybe if you don't say it's paid by taxes, maybe people will just have you. Maybe they'll just agree for universal healthcare. I have no fucking idea. I think it's kind of crazy that like, I just think it's crazy that the same people, of course, yeah, these dogs have to come on here now. Come here, Brimley. Come here, baby. Okay. I just think it's insane that we sit here and honestly, there are so many right-leaning people that would agree with it if it wasn't what they call it. Like Obamacare, everyone loves Obamacare. They fucking love Obamacare. But if you call it Obamacare, they're like, oh, that's just dog shit. And they're like, okay, what about the ACA? They're like, oh, I love the ACA. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's the crazy part. It's the same fucking thing. But if you don't use the word, the most common phrase of it, like DEI, people love DEI. You just can't say DEI. You have to be like, oh, well, that's for disabled people. They're like, oh, of course. The ramps, we have to have ramps for, people like in wheelchairs and stuff and like crutches and stuff. Like, yeah, of course. But if you say, well, that's a part of our diversity, equity, and inclusion, which they never say the whole word, because if they said the whole word, they sound like fucking assholes. See, that's the thing. You never say the whole thing because they'll be like, oh, well, actually, that's kind of shitty, actually. Ooh, actually? I don't know if I agree with that, actually. But you have to, if you say DI, I don't know what that means. I don't know the fucking idea. That's just fucking insane. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. My fucking camera.
Oh, so you're just ranting to yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna put it on my channel, but yeah, at the moment.
I was like, who the hell?
My wife thinks I'm just yelling at myself in a mirror or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I had. 16 minutes later, my rant's over. That's it. Yeah, check out the other videos. Subscribe. I don't know. I rant sometimes. That's what I've been doing since the birth of my channel, bro. 8 years. 8 years, by the way. We've been doing this shit for 8 years, bro. All right? Everyone who subscribed, I love you. Even if we disagree on shit. Unless it's like the right for someone to exist. If we disagree on that, I don't fuck with you. Sorry, bro. That doesn't work. Anyway, 17 minutes. I'll see you guys next time.